So this is probably the hardest rebuild we had to do because Josh's team is a little confusing. I'm not saying it's not. He has a lot of great assets, phenomenal assets on his team, but it's hard to win now with Dak and Tua.
Dak and Tua.
And then we really thought about it. Who the fuck wants Dak and Tua? So it's
Such
like
a stupid narrative.
it's
Such a stupid narrative.
all right. So then we're gonna start with the first move. I forgot the orders, the moves we made in order.
Yeah.
Uh, what
Kelsey's
first
basically
is
going back in the same
so
trade that he
okay.
was sent in.
So the thing here, the reason Besh Besh completely goes bipolar and realizes, wait, I can go get the title. And then Kelsey for 24-1, which is Venditti's, 202 and Hawkinson.
We
So you
expect
get
this
like a
trade to
mid
get
to
made
late
as soon as the video drops.
because the thing is that when you have a core of Hall, ETN, Chase, Smith, it's hard to. I mean, obviously, like it's hard to balance it, but like eventually, like
Watching the Rangers game, they're
I don't
playing.
know,
I just
especially
got
with Hall come back on the ACL tear. Yeah, we just went back in the rebuild direction because with the quarterbacks that you have, I don't think we could make a pure let's go for it move. We could have just went all in. Like I'm not gonna lie, we could have just gutted your team and went
we
with
could
like
have done that, but we didn't want to do it. We didn't want to
yeah,
do that.
we would rather save it for the long term. So then we did Kelsey for we did this trade. So tight end we got TJ Cockinson. We'll drill him. Second move we made. This
This
might
is a
be a
big
little
one.
this might be a little puzzling why we did it.
We
ETN
don't
for
like ETN.
106 and 25 Nick V's too. It's not that we don't like ETN. It just ETN 24 years old.
ETN's a
And I'm not saying
24-year-old who only played 1 year in the NFL. So
yeah,
it's
so
like
we would rather just go back and just flip back
we
time and go
thought
to the
we
21st
didn't
one.
think you were gonna win this year. So we said, why not get a lot younger, like 3 years younger, with arguably a better pass catching running back in
I'll
Gibbs.
just spoil it now. We're keeping we're keeping Bruce. So we're gonna go Bruce
Yeah,
Gibbs.
Brees is kept. Brees is being kept.
All right. So then
And
third
also, you
move.
also have to factor. You also have to keep in mind it's going to take a year for Brees to get fully back to speed.
All right.
This
This is a
is the
huge
next
trade.
one. This was
All
a
right.
Newman. This was a Newman shove.
This was a Newman show for sure. Okay. I understand this probably looks crazy now, but so basically he's upgrading from Lance to Tua. You're adding some seconds, but you're going all the way up from Smith to Monroe, which I think is a giant jump. I don't know if he does this or not. But like Lance does have a lot of risk. Maybe he's nervous. Like NFL draft, he's nervous. Like oh, like he's not
Spoiler
gonna
alert!
be
Spoiler
traded.
alert! Lance is not on the roster at the end of this.
I just think that like he's low key trying to agenda shove and trade Lance. Like I think he's low key panicked about Lance. And I think you're like, fuck it, I'll take a risk on him. Worst comes to worst, I have my 24 ones, which you're gonna end up using on another quarterback. Spoiler. But
Spoiler.
I think from going from a top 10 dynasty wide receiver who had a good year in Devonta Smith to going to a Amon St. Brown, who I think could be a top 5 receiver for the next couple years, I think it's a really big up tier. And I think that Lance has way more upside than Tua, but it is a risk. But that's why you give him the 2 seconds. But the seconds you got from the other deal, from these two deals. All right, next move.
This is a
This is a
Newman
little
shove as
this
well.
is the Newman shove as well, but I think it's obviously I think he hates Dak Prescott. I don't know why. Guys like Dak and Will Levis get like hated in our league for some reason. Maybe not as much Will Levis, but Dak just gets shitted on. But I think Rossi eventually realizes, bro, I can't just like have Derek Carr as my quarterback and fucking Tom Brady. I need a quarterback. Obviously, I think he takes one here, but if he takes JSN here, especially, he might want to be like, all right, I got Jackson and bro. I might just want to give AJ Brown and get a quarterback and then get a first on top of it. And he doesn't have faith in you at all. So he might think that 25-1 is valuable and try to get it ahead of time, which I think it won't be, but he might think it is. So I think going from now you have AJ Brown paired with Chase. Uh,
No, don't. Yeah,
wait, this is look.
like
And then
that's a
you have
gross receiving core,
like that's insane. Like it's
and
pretty gross.
it might get even grosser. Just letting you know.
So that's why we did that. All right. And we still have picks on top of it. I spoiled the picks at the end. These are the picks we have at the end, but it's fine. Uh so then the next move,
Yeah, Ridley
Ridley.
for I thought Dotson and something else, but he thinks Dotson is all it
I,
takes.
I think Dotson for Ridley's. I think Dotson for Ridley. I think it might look ugly now. Probably okay. Maybe get a late second or early third. But I didn't want to play around with that. Yeah, like okay, cool. You can get a third round pick. I can add like a third round. Woo, we did it. Like third, like bang. Like thirds mean nothing. Fourths mean nothing. I think Pivoting
Coming
off
from
a
the guy that
guy.
doesn't have any thirds or fourths.
Me, I have thirds and fourths.
Dead picks.
You're
All
right.
right. Open,
Literally
now
for
open,
Dotson
open up
plus.
the next
I
move.
think Dotson. I think
Can I start
Dotson's a great one.
explaining? Can I start explaining some of the
Yeah,
moves
you
since I
got it.
sat here and this with you for like 30 minutes?
Yeah, you got it, bro.
All right, sounds good. Next one. So obviously, Marvin Harrison Jr. is the prototypical shove that we're gonna make now for people that can use a receiving core upgrade. So I think that since you have Nick D's 24-1 and your 24-1, our thinking is that Newman is a lock for the playoffs in this scenario, and so is I guess Spesh. Because Spesh has
because
Kelsey.
Spesh got Kelsey now. Yeah.
Okay. So we think that they're both a lock. And either you or Nick D makes it, but whoever doesn't has a top 3 pick or top 4 pick and gets Harrison. That's the thinking there. And we think that I think it's gonna take a year for Brees to get back up to speed. So I think like your running backs are not gonna be as great as you think they are right away. And I'm not a huge ETN guy as I was when he first came out. So that's why we did a lot of these moves. But at first we thought maybe just shove, like Newman was saying, shoving the pieces in. But I think like as you like see the next move, I think you'll like your team a little bit more. Can you open up the next move, Newman?
Yeah.
Yeah. So trade the remaining 24-1s to shove for May. I think it's just a blatantly obvious pick. He would, according to a lot of people in this league, he would go 101 in this draft. So you could take the 24-1s and something small and go get a true
We're assuming it's like the
quarterback one.
105. We're assuming it's like the 105 and then like later like a 107 to move up to like the
Yeah,
104.
that kind of thing.
I don't know. You obviously
Yeah.
could add more. You can add
Like
Aaron
a
Jones,
105,
whatever.
105 and like 108 for like, and like a second for like May.
Some shit.
It's
Like
pretty
that.
good value.
You can add something else on your bench. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be exact. All right. This is just an agenda shove at this point. We got to the end and we just started saying shit. Pickett, I guess the Lance will be worth a 1 by then, like a mid 1. Like we're hoping he pans out. Pickett's worth a 1, and it's basically 3 1s for Lamar. Lamar will be in his grave by then, but I think you'll be willing to take a chance on him. Obviously there has to be
Yeah,
some
this
details.
this one's a little puzzling, but it could get done.
But it is Mikey, so like
It's Mike. So Pickett, because Lance can have a really promising year.
And so could Pickett.
Yeah.
And so could Pickett. So
Yeah,
that's what
so
we're
could Pickett.
that's what we're anticipating here. We get to the end of this. Oh wait, is that it? That's it? All right. All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
So basically, we just completely
we got Malik
Neighbors for the 2.
Yeah,
You take a flyer on Neighbors.
No. Yeah, obviously we gotta end it, right? You gotta put Laporte in this stuff.
Yeah, we anticipated if you kept Kelsey, you would find a way to get Laporta, but yeah, no, I mean, listen, it's obviously completely different than what you expected to hear, which is why it's funny. But also, I'm not that high on your quarterbacks. Obviously, it only matters if you are, but me and Newman weren't that high on your quarterbacks. So we found a way to retool the entire roster by keeping who we identified to be the 2 or 3 best players in Chase and Hall. I mean, Chase Hall didn't leave; they survived because we think that they're going to be a part of the team when you win. But I feel like everybody else is movable.
I think all these guys, obviously, this is like a shove. It doesn't have to be Lamar. Like it could be like you still have Lance. I was fine with still having Lance and Pickett, but he said, "No, let's just a shove and get Lamar." I said,
"No, you gotta get Lamar. You gotta get Lamar."
So
just completes the team, makes it look prettier.
I don't know what the thoughts of it. Obviously, I think if my roster looked like this compared to your roster before, I would be very, very ecstatic. But
I mean, this is the best receiving core. This is like one of the best receiving cores I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is 3. You have 3 top. You have 4.
You have like 3.
Like,
I mean, this is 4 top 7 dynasty receivers.
Yeah, including Marvin Harrison right now. Like,
yeah.
Would you put Marvin Harrison as a top 6 dynasty receiver right now? Like, if you had him on your team, but you had to wait.
Yeah.
Would you take him over? I
would literally consider taking him at the 102. I would think about taking him at the 102 right now if I could.
Okay. I agree with that. So that's pretty much how it is. All right. So Josh, obviously we need to get your thoughts. You could just say we completely fucked up, missed some horse shit, or you could be like, yo, low-key, the boys cooked.
I don't know how we do it every
obviously
time.
Obviously, it's a big team, but I think now after seeing it from perspective of myself, yeah, maybe we're not as smart as we think we are, because this just doesn't look realistic at all. And I'm looking at it from perspective of it being my team. So maybe now that I'm thinking if we go over the
I think this is the most unrealistic one, because some of these moves that we put in here are just like not like
I don't think some of
Rat's
the
not
moves are bad. I don't
Rat's
think
not
it.
taking Dak in 25. The Rat's not doing that, and Mikey's not doing that one at the end. But
But
other than
I think
that, it's
everything. I
pretty
think everything
realistic.
else is fine. I
Yeah,
think everything else is pretty. Even I think even
yeah.
this trade is realistic if he
That
really like.
no. The Diddy one is 100% realistic. I think.
Because when does Smith go? The third round. Lance goes mid second round startups, and you're getting the extra seconds, and you're Lance. He's scared about Lance. I could just tell. He's waffling about Lance. All right. So what do you think?
We just think you went in like Newman was saying. We think you went in too early. That's why we tried to undo those moves.
Yeah, I understand buying veterans early because veterans, but like you could have waited a couple. Like honestly, you could have waited like a month. Like I think veterans are cheaper now. Like I think Aaron Jones is cheaper now. I think Kelsey's cheaper now.
Fair
I
enough.
think the best way to buy veterans was low key like draft day. Well, after the NFL draft. But you could Josh, you can give your opinion on
Like people that give like stupid trades at the draft, and we're all sitting together. Like I remember, like there was one owner in this league that offered DeAndre Hopkins straight
for
up
Sky
for
Moore.
the
Yeah,
Sky Moore pick because he
yeah.
was antsy and wanted to get involved in the draft.
He's probably worth the same though right now. He's probably Hop is like early to mid one. I mean two. Sorry. So I want to
Do
know.
you
I
have
mean,
Hopkins?
yeah,
Do you have Hopkins still?
yeah. He's gonna stay on the team till
He's
he
not worth
dies.
crap. Yeah,
Nah, he's a good contender. He's
unless
actually
he's a
perfect for.
giant.
He's perfect for Josh. I'm not gonna lie with this build. But Josh, so what do you think overall? You said you. What do you feel about your team now? Or do you think we did the right thing? Or I mean, we could have went all in, but it's like the problem is that the win now players kind of in like we can look at redraft rankings, or we could just look here. The win now players are worth a lot for the most part. Like because all the aging veterans are like I have them or I guess Special had them. I don't know. It's tough. So what do you think, Josh?
Interesting. No, I think you guys did a good job. I don't know how realistic it is. I think it is, but I like it at least. Like I think you guys did a pretty solid job.
It was really tough. I'm not gonna lie. It was
I think it's the most unrealistic one we've done now. If I'm being honest, I think there's three moves in here that never get done.
yeah, I just
That,
think
but
the problem. My
I think
say
Josh,
keep
but looking at it, when we were looking at it, we sat here for 20 minutes and we didn't decide on one move. We like, I don't know. I think Josh is the hardest one to do out of everybody because
yeah,
he has
because you
so many
know,
young
yeah,
cornerstone pieces, but he also has some players like the
yeah.
quarterbacks. I don't know what to do with, and Kelsey. I don't know what to do with
And it's a problem
because
because everyone has their own agenda in this league about like their
yeah,
players and their opinions. Like Chris has a lot of win now players. I have a lot of win now players, but like I'm not gonna move any of my win now players unless I'm upgrading. Like I'm not gonna move my Tyreeks or my Diggs unless I'm pairing them to upgrade to a Chase if I added a lot more. Like I wouldn't downgrade. It just doesn't make sense. Same thing for Chris. Chris just won a championship. You really think he wants to trade his Mike Evans for like a mid
yes.
second? Like no, no.
That's fair.
So yeah, that's pretty much it with this. Any final thoughts, or would you, with this, what does it change your opinion on your team or no? Or you kind of had the same opinion? I mean, you don't have to give away your
In what
plans,
sense? Like
like
me,
what your plan is for the season. Like, is this the lineup you want to have going in, or you want to upgrade some guys, or
I
get
feel like
younger, get older?
yeah,
Like obviously,
everybody has
everyone
like their
tries.
own opinion.
Everyone tries to get younger, but it's like everyone. Like I think we might overvalue young players a little too much in this league, and not see like the upside of some of these older veterans that score 20 something points a game. And maybe if you
Yeah,
wanted to,
it's true.
I don't know though,
But
it's tough.
everybody has their own opinion. Everybody has their own thing that will hold them back from winning a championship,
yeah.
right?
I mean, at the end of the day, I understand where you guys come with the QB argument, but the way I see it is, I think I'm setting myself up with a roster that should be like at least as of right now, like 90%, 95%, 90% to make playoffs. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like it really doesn't matter. Like
I
those
think
niggas,
you're probably favored for the 2 seed for sure.
like it doesn't matter what they do weeks 1 to 13, because at the end of the day, you just really need to get lucky to win a championship. I mean, like it happened with Steve. He got really unlucky. Like Herbert was solid all season, and he got four out of them in
True.
the conference finals. So like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like that's like I think the QBs 100% they don't have the insane ceiling. It's like other guys, but like you know what they give you. Dak is basically as consistent as they come. Like I know he's gonna give me 17 to 18 a week in the regular season, which is fine. And then maybe if in the playoffs, obviously you just kind of had to get lucky. But I like what you guys did with the team. It's pretty sick. I like it. I'm actually gonna look in to see if I can do a few of these moves. I like a few of them. So
I also
Wait.
think Josh. I know you're
I
trying to
like
win
the
a
Smith. I
championship.
like the Monroe one the most personally.
Yeah, I like the ETN one too because I think now is I think ETN is a big sell high personally because it took
I
him a
could see,
while
but
to
I
get
could see,
No,
going.
but
I just hit Nick. I like the Lance move a lot too. I just hit Nick up. He doesn't want to do it.
oh, he doesn't want to do it.
Wow, we got live intel on the video.
Yeah, he
So we got
said
to
We haven't had that
he
before.
said it's an equal trade, but he doesn't want to sell low on Lance.
What are you talking about? He's offered Lance to everybody in the league.
I don't know.
Interesting, puzzling move from that GM. But what I would say is, like, I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion on like their own team. But the only thing that Josh, like, yeah, like his quarterbacks aren't that great. But his argument does make sense. But my only thing, I think the thing that's going to hold Josh back from winning the championship wouldn't even be the quarterbacks. I don't know if Brees is going to be good right away, coming
Yo,
off the
Josh,
ACL.
we might have to do a 3-team trade. I'm thinking right now.
All right, well, we got to stop the video because then we got to do
All right, well,
Nick D's.
it sounds good. I could pause it. Should I stop it or pause it?
Stop it because if we do